Everything I learned about tech integration, I learned from watching Ghostbusters and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. My name is Nicholas Provenzano. You can follow me at The Nerdy Teacher, and you can read my blog at thenerdyteacher.blogspot.com. I'm here to talk about tech integration and how you can use things like movies to really learn a lot of great examples about why tech integration is important. First up is Ghostbusters. There's a very scary ghost there. Thank you for WPClipart.com. Ghostbusters is a great, funny movie filled with memorable quotes, and you really can't go wrong with a Bill Murray movie. Solid quotes across the board, and we're going to take a look at some of these fine quotes. We've got practice makes perfect. We have a very funny scene where they're in the elevator and they realize they've never tested out their proton packs. And they turn them on and they all try to back away from each other. You need to practice these tools before you start sending them out into the world. Practice is really important to show people how easy it is to use and how important it is. Teamwork. This is what happens when you've got no teamwork. A big disaster. PLNs are a great way to make your life easier when it comes to tech integration. You have wonderful people that you can work with. I've got Shelly who's done a great job at helping my PLN grow even bigger. Teamwork is huge. Positive attitude. Look at this positive attitude. This is a positive attitude right here. You need to have great positive attitudes to get people on board with tech integration. If you're slow and you're kind of sad, you're kind of uninteresting, people aren't going to get on board. A positive attitude, you have to come in and kick some dollar signs. Listen, do you smell something? That is quite possibly the funniest line in all of movie history. It makes no sense. And that's where communication comes on board. You need to make sure that everyone speaks the same language. If you are a tech person and someone is not, you might be using words and phrases they don't understand. You need to be on the same page. Don't freak out, part one. It's raining cats and dogs. That's how some teachers feel when tech is introduced. You need to assure everyone that the technology is not going to ruin their lives or force them out of their jobs. You need to be calm and understand that not everyone is going to be willing to accept the technology right away. And don't freak out, part two. Sorry, Venka, I'm terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought. Some teachers are going to act that way. They're going to completely shut down and not listen. You need to take your time and allow teachers to move at their own pace. Let them freak out a little, but try to bring them back in because that's important with tech. Be a showman. I love my little Bob Barker down there. This is a show. I'm doing a show right now. You need to convince people to get on board that this is fun, this is exciting, this is the next step in education. Technology integration is important in the classroom, and just like you need to be a performer in front of students, you need to be a performer in front of other teachers. Utilize your tools. The one thing that I see more than anything else is that teachers will stick to one tool and that's it, and then they'll forget about it. They feel, oh, I used it once in one lesson and that is it. You need to constantly utilize tools to improve on them and to grow as a teacher like you do with any lifelong learning. Transition to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Another fabulous movie. I love this movie. It's funny because Ferris Bueller is all about ditching school, and to use this for tech integration in school is a little ironic, but there are tons of great parts of this movie that fit very well with tech integration, and we're going to see those any second right now. Bam. Explore. What are we going to do? The question is, what aren't we going to do? And that's how you need to approach tech integration. You need to go out and say, what can I bring into my classroom? There's so much out there. Do not limit yourself, but go and look. The tech isn't going to find you. Create a Twitter account, create a blog, and find this information. You realize if we played by the rules right now, we'd be in gem. Tech integration is changing the rules of education, and that's something important you have to remember, is that the same rules applying to chalkboard and PowerPoint aren't there. Look at all of the walls that are knocked down with technology. Skype with classes all over the place. That's important because you do not want a snore fest. This is Ben Stein's long speech, and you need to make classes exciting. Kids are hit with media all the time, and you need to hit them with something new, or else you're going to have the sleeping person passed out in a chair reading a book, possibly with no cover. Diversity. Huge. I love this one because the Sportos, the Motorheads, the Geeks, Sluts, Bloods, Wayside Dweebs, Buttheads, Altered, they all adore him. Technology affects everyone, whether you're on a low end of the scale or high end of the scale. It appeals to everyone. And that's what's great about tech integration is that it can change the way you view things. Hands-on. One important thing is you got to let the kids and teachers play with the technology. That's how you learn. That's how I learned. And that's really important, is to let them play with the technology. Okay, it's very beautiful, very cold, and you're not allowed to touch anything. Is a horrible way to teach kids or other adults anything. Cameron's never been in love. At least nobody's ever been in love with him. Options. You can't find one thing and just stick with it. I know too many teachers that discovered PowerPoint in the mid-90s and they haven't changed. You can't just stick to the first bit of technology and close off everything else. You need to keep your options open. Something better will come along. Okay? Helping hand. Gummy bears. Everyone loves gummy bears, but not everyone will ask for a gummy bear even if they want one. Not every teacher will ask for help even though they need it. You need to go out of your way. Send out emails. Offer your help to those. Take a look at what people are doing. It's not offensive as long as you're not too pushy. Try to help as many people as you can. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it. Tech integration is great, and it needs to happen in the classroom, but don't forget that the tools are great, but it's content. You need to have good content in your classroom, so the tools are worthless. So don't get all wrapped up in the tech. Are you still here? It's over. Go home. Look at that tear. I'm pointing to my screen. Can you see the tear? That's so sad. I hope you guys learned so much. Feel free to stop on my blog or check in my Twitter account because there's tons more that we can learn here with tech integration. This is only the beginning. It is not the end. So as much as I hate to say goodbye, goodbye.